The sun sinks below the Milan skyline, casting long shadows over centuries-old cobblestones. But don't think for a minute that this city's pulse slows with the setting sun. Milan after dark is a different animal, a sleek panther slinking through the streets, fueled by Campari and throbbing bass lines. This isn't some romanticized fairy tale about quaint cafes and opera singers. This is about the real Milan. The Milan where ancient palazzos echo with the thump of house music, where Negronis flow freely alongside cutting-edge cocktails, and where the ghosts of Da Vinci and Verdi rub shoulders with tattooed DJs and fashionistas. So strap in, because we're about to dive headfirst into Milan's beating heart, pulsing after midnight. We're going to hit the dimly lit alleys, the thumping clubs, and the bars where the beautiful people gather to see and be seen. So you want to know where the real party animals of Milan go to lose themselves? Let me introduce you to Alcatraz, a place where the word industrial isn't just a design aesthetic, it's a way of life. Housed in what was once a factory, because of course it was, Alcatraz is the kind of place that doesn't bother with pretense. It's big, it's loud, and it's teeming with enough energy to power a small city. We're talking multiple dance floors, each with its own vibe, from techno to hip-hop to good old-fashioned rock and roll. And the crowd, let's just say they're here for one reason: to move. No judgment, no dress code, just pure, unadulterated release. This is the kind of place where you can sweat out the day, lose yourself in the music, and maybe even wake up with a new lease on life and a pounding headache. But hey, it's Milan. Trust me, after a night at Alcatraz, you won't just be feeling the music, you'll be feeling it in your bones. Listen, I get it. Sometimes you want your nightlife with a side of glamour, a dash of exclusivity. And when that mood strikes in Milan, you go to Just Cavalli. This isn't just a club, it's an institution, a place where the beautiful people come to see and be seen. Owned by the one and only Roberto Cavalli, this place practically oozes style. We're talking lush gardens, shimmering lights, and enough animal print to make a jungle jealous. But don't let the glitz fool you. This place knows how to party. DJs spin everything from house to hip-hop, and the dance floor is always packed with a mix of locals and jet-setters, all moving to the same intoxicating beat. So put on your dancing shoes and your most fashionable frown, because at Just Cavalli, it's all about seeing and being seen. Don't let the name fool you. This ain't your grandpa's nightclub. Old Fashioned is a Milan institution, a place that's been keeping the city's youth fueled by music and good vibes for decades. Tucked away in a former distillery, because of course it is, this place has got that perfect blend of grit and glamour. Exposed brick walls, vintage furniture, and a sprawling outdoor garden create an atmosphere that's both edgy and inviting. And the music? Let's just say they don't discriminate. One night you might find yourself thrashing to punk rock. The next you'll be swaying to smooth jazz. Old Fashioned is a melting pot of genres and generations. A place where everyone is welcome to lose themselves in the music. Look, not every night needs to be a fashion show or a celebrity sighting. Sometimes you just want to lose yourself in a sea of sweaty bodies, fueled by cheap drinks and good music. And when that craving hits in Milan, you head straight to the Club Milano. This place is a haven for the city's young and restless, a place where students, artists, and free spirits gather to blow off steam. The music is loud, the drinks are strong, and the energy is contagious. Don't expect any velvet ropes or VIP areas here. This is a place where everyone is equal on the dance floor. So grab a beer, find a spot to stand, because let's be real, you won't be sitting down, and prepare to sweat it out until the early hours. This is Milan at its most raw and unfiltered. And trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. Alright, let's be honest, Milan is a city that takes its fashion seriously. So it's no surprise that even the nightclubs have a touch of runway-ready style. And when it comes to the intersection of high fashion and high energy, there's no place quite like Hollywood Rhythmotech. This is where the city's tastemakers come to see and be seen, decked out in the latest designer duds and dripping with an air of effortless cool. But don't let the chic atmosphere fool you. This place knows how to party. The DJs are top-notch, spinning a mix of house, techno, and electronic beats that will keep you moving until dawn. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. A place where the music, the lights, and the fashion all blend together into one intoxicating experience. Just be prepared to dress to impress, because at Hollywood Rhythmotech, you never know who you might run into. Look, I know what you're thinking. A bar in a nightlife guide? Trust me on this one, because in Milan, the aperitivo is practically a religion, and Barbasso is its cathedral. This place is an institution, a time capsule that's been serving up classic cocktails since 1947. We're talking dark wood, dim lighting, and bartenders who look like they could tell stories about the city that would make your hair stand on end. And speaking of stories, let's talk about the Negroni Spagliato. Legend has it that this now iconic cocktail was invented right here at Barbasso, when a bartender accidentally used sparkling wine instead of gin. And thank God for happy accidents, because this bittersweet concoction is the perfect way to kick off a night out in Milan. When the sun goes down in Milan, there's a certain magic that settles over the Navigli canals. The water reflects the twinkling lights, the air fills with the sounds of laughter and conversation, and a sense of possibility hangs in the air. This is where Milan comes to unwind, to stroll hand in hand, to share stories over drinks. And speaking of drinks, let's talk about the vodka ginger. It's simple, it's refreshing, and it's the perfect accompaniment to a night out by the water. Find yourself a table at one of the many trendy bars that line the canals in the Navigli district. Order up a round of vodka gingers and let the good times flow. Watch the boats glide by, soak up the electric atmosphere, and let yourself get swept up in the romance of it all. This is Milan at its most charming, a city that knows how to work hard and play even harder. We are talking about a place that's been a Milanese institution since 1915. A place where history, art, and cocktails collide. This is Camporino in Galleria, and trust me, it's a pilgrimage every self-respecting drinker needs to make at least once in their life. Stepping into Camporino is like stepping back in time. The mosaic floors, the Art Nouveau details, the bartenders in their crisp white jackets. It's all a testament to a bygone era, a time when cocktails were an art form, and every drink was a celebration. And speaking of celebrations, you can't come to Camporino without trying the drink that made it famous, the Campari cocktail. Whether you prefer it in its classic form or one of the many variations, this bittersweet concoction is the perfect way to taste a little bit of Milanese history. Let's be honest, there's nothing quite like enjoying a drink with a view. And in Milan, there's no view more iconic than the Duomo, that towering Gothic masterpiece that dominates the city's skyline. But here's a little secret. You don't need to break the bank to enjoy this breathtaking vista. Just head to Terrazza Aperol, a rooftop bar that offers stunning panoramic views of the city, all while serving up everyone's favorite Italian aperitivo, the Aperol Spritz. This bright orange concoction, with its perfect balance of bitter and sweet, is practically synonymous with Italian summer evenings. And when you're sipping it on a rooftop terrace with the Duomo lit up like a celestial jewel in the distance, well, let's just say it doesn't get much more magical than that. So you've had your fill of Negronis, you've sipped your way through countless Aperol Spritzes, you're feeling adventurous, you want something different, something daring, something that pushes the boundaries of what a cocktail can be. Well, my friend, you're in luck. Because tonight we're venturing into the world of molecular mixology at Nottingham Forest, a bar that's been at the forefront of Europe's avant-garde cocktail scene for years. This isn't your typical cocktail bar. This is a laboratory, a playground for mad scientists of mixology who use foams, gels, and even liquid nitrogen to create drinks that are as visually stunning as they are delicious. The menu changes constantly, so be prepared to be surprised, challenged, and maybe even a little bit shocked. But trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. So there you have it, friends, a glimpse into the heart and soul of Milan after dark. From the gritty industrial clubs to the chic cocktail bars, this city has something to offer everyone looking to lose themselves in the music, the drinks, and the electric atmosphere. So next time you find yourself in this stylish metropolis, do yourself a favor. Skip the tourist traps, ditch the guidebook, and discover the real Milan, the Milan that comes alive after the sun goes down. Just remember, drink responsibly, stay safe, and for God's sake, try not to make a fool of yourself on the dance floor too much. Until next time, Milan, arrivederci. Subscribe to our channel to make sure we continue the Italian adventure.